So how you guys doing? I've been, you know, a little busy. Do you have a Saber Cub, by the way? Because I've got a Saber Cub. Welcome back to Dragon Quest Builders 2! I've been busy. So I was trying to figure out a way to spruce up this pyramid, because it was just kind of big and boring. And I was thinking, what do I like more than a water feature? So a water feature we have! I had to do, obviously, some decent changes to the temple in order to get this thing to work. I got these real neat kind of flat areas here that I turned into little pools, then ran down. Did you know water goes through these little, corner pieces? I learned that. I'm gonna go down here into a little passage that goes down and pours down this way. Then I have the little paths on the side. The top here goes into that pool. It comes down here from there, which was in another little pool. And then up top we have this fancy little feature. See, I hated what was already here. I hate this whole pyramid. But I hated what was here before. So, got rid of it. So we can do something new and exciting, which I'll get to in a minute. So I've also got water coming down on either side into these fancy little four things, and then going over here, where they come down and eventually turn into a larger pool. Want to know something else I hate about this pyramid? So right here, so you see there are 4 blocks here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it goes in 1. And then it went in 4, and then it went out to the 3 of this thing. So the reason I decided to make this a 4-wide waterfall was because this in part here was 4. So fast forward to me doing the second one, and this here, instead of 4, it was 5. And then it went in 1, and then this gap was 3. Why? This back here was 5, 1, 3 again. I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's only 4 on the front because that's connecting to the front of the pyramid, and the front of the pyramid has a different plan than the rest of the pyramid. So, okay, whatever. This one was here, well, it was 5. Again, this one, 6, 1, 2. And then up here, back to 5, 1, 3. Who designed this pyramid? They designed it specifically to tick me off. Also of note is inside, the pillars didn't reach all the way to the ceiling. That very top row of blocks I had to put in there myself, as well as this ceiling of blocks I had to put in myself, because what had the top piece that they put in was 1 block above that, and you could just see the bottom of it here. Like, what the crap? I also put this railing around so you're less likely to fall off. But otherwise, put these little lights around the doors, prettied them up a little bit. I have the lights on the front, and then going downstairs, I had some lights on the stairs so you know where the stairs are to go upstairs. And of course, the lights before you go inside. Inside, I didn't do much other than fill this up with water, put a couple fountains in it. Looking nice. I put that little bell over here, which this bell works like a builder's bell. You can hit it, it collects all the hearts in the area. It does not collect the hearts for the entire island, just in the area. And I stocked up the store, because that was one of our tablet targets, was sell a bunch of crap in the store. So I just got this going in the background. So that'll slowly be ticking up over the course of time, and we'll eventually get it. And I'll just check back every now and then, and I'll replace it with something that's missing. You cannot sell blocks, I found. You have to sell items that you can craft. Like, for example, nothing in this category can be sold. Well, I don't know, maybe like stairs or something. But I just went in here and just started crafting stuff. Anything that was made of infinite supplies. So like friggin' books and crap. I'm gonna corner the market on these stuffed hammer hoods, let me tell you. Another thing that I've done is cats. Got 2 cats over here. I made this one little animal den, much like the one we had back on the Green Gardens. But I made this one specifically for our 2 cats. I noticed that other idiots would walk in here and sleep on these pet beds, like the Golem and the Saber Cub, when I need these cats to be in here. So I discovered that you can make 2 nameplates, and now this room belongs to 2 people. So this is both cats' room. So I need this because I need both of those cats to have maximum affection, or whatever it's called. And every night that they spend in an animal house raises their affection by 3%. I also gave them plenty of food, which is much easier to get now than it was back in the Green Gardens chapter, and eating food also raises their affection. I need these 2 to be at maximum affection because I need them to breed. More on that later. Anyway, that's going to be just kind of going on in the background. While I was out in the various islands, I found a Saber Cub, killed it, befriended it. I actually had to kill like 8 of them before I befriended one. But get you a Saber Cub. It's just an animal like any other, monster like any other, so it's got a little home somewhere. But you can add it to your party. Well, you can add anything to your party. But I added this to the party. Filled these up with water. There's one over here. There's one back here and back somewhere too. This thing's nice because it's like running everywhere all the time. You don't have to worry about it. Just take off running. This one I filled up too. Got rid of all the goop. All of this sand. This took somewhere in the neighborhood of 6,000 sand in order to fill all of this in. So anyway, that's the current state of the pyramid. But we're not done yet. Oh no. So back in Green Gardens, I also added a bunch. So over the past couple days, I've put probably in the neighborhood of 20 hours into this game. So I've done a lot. Some of that was over here. Chicken. Is it that hard to just get back in your pen? So even though the farmers will water these crops, I went through and I put water channels in the whole way through, which means all of the crops are consistently always watered. Since I know they are always watered, they can spend more time harvesting and growing and less time watering. I also no longer trust them with planting seeds, because that's easy enough for the amount that I have. So over here, I've done the same for all of these. I got full plants, all of them are fully planted. I went out to the various explorer shores, which the explorer shores have all of your seeds. They have all your seeds. So I spent a lot of time grabbing seeds from the explorer shores. And that's all of these. Completely maxed up. We also have purple lettuce, which I'll get to in a minute. I also built this. Nobody uses this railway, and it makes me sad. But I dug a channel through the mountain over to the other side, where I have a lot more garden. So the garden over here is a lot more plants. Also, did you know you can put these things on this and put the water underneath it so the plant next to it stays watered? I learned that. So what do we have over here? A lot of these are the new plants that we got from the most recent Explorer Shores, not the furrow-field ones. So we have sweet corn here. We have... This one has to grow on the pole. This is friggin' aubergine or aubergette or... one of these plants that's... aubergette. This one here is strawberries? Yes. Strawberries. This is the spicy thing. Yes, the chili peppers. This one is cocoa. And the rest of these are empty. Because we don't have these yet. These seeds are seeds we cannot get at this point, but I'm prepared for when we do. You'll notice these are planting here. These are heart roots, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, oh, heat roots. These are heat roots. We shouldn't have heat roots yet. I have 3 heat root seeds, and I have no idea where I got them. So I planted them anyway. But we have heat roots. So once you got a number of plants planted, I think it was completing one of the various tablet targets. Maybe it was the, like, I don't know, have 10 different plants planted or something. A notification came up that said rare variants of the seed will occasionally grow. So it won't always just be lettuce is lettuce. Now, not only is lettuce lettuce, but lettuce will occasionally be super lettuce, which is, it's just called purple lettuce. Or something like that. So there's one, as far as I can tell, I've never seen one for wheat. There is a lettuce one. There is tomatoes. There is one for pumpkins. I've never seen a sugar cane. There's one for the chili peppers. There's one for the strawberries. I don't think I've ever seen one for the cocoa, the corn, or the whatever these are. But they all have unique names. Like the lettuce one is just purple lettuce. Come on. Oh, when they harvest those, when you harvest these, not only do you occasionally get just, like, the purple lettuce, you also get dye. Yeah, so what do we have here? No, red cabbage. Cabbage and red cabbage. We also then have the tomato and the killer tomato. Hold your applause. We have the pumpkin and the plumpkin. And then we have the dye, the purple dye or the red dye. These I've never seen anything rare of. And then down here we have... Okay, that's the pumpkin. The strawberries and the more berries. And, of course, we have the chili pepper and the red hot chili pepper. Amazing. So the more berries we actually need for breeding purposes, which is what I mentioned before. So let's go take a look at the Green Gardens tablet target. This guy jumps 2 blocks high too, which makes getting around real easy. I don't know if he takes fall damage or not. So we've done, like, most of these at this point. The ones that I couldn't do before are the additional crops, which I've done. And now I'm at 11 of 15 towards the final crop, which I shouldn't have that 11th one, but, you know, whatever. So we'll get those later on. And then make all sorts of food, which we had to make 20 different kinds of food. I have not experimented with food combinations, but I have just taken everything that I've harvested and cooked everything and tried to make drinks of everything, and that got me to 20 out of 20. So we are pretty well set there. This took a lot of time, but hey, we're good. By the way, the food that I gave the cats back in the Scarlet Sands, food was kind of hard to get. Pet food was kind of hard to get back in the Green Gardens chapter. Because the only food that the animals would eat, I think, are fish, which drop inconsistently, and I'm not even sure where, and chicken. And going out and hunting down a chicken is actually kind of rough and annoying, and makes me feel bad. But in this chapter, we can just head back to Crumble Dun, east of town. There's like 5 billion friggin' hares. And you can just go kill hares all day. Does not take long at all to just get a ton of friggin' crap together. So anyway, looking at what we got here, I did do the build lots of different rooms by accident at some point. Not much else. These are just the ambiances and more ambiances. Some more down low. I've not actually tackled any of the tablet targets outright. I've just kind of been preparing for them. So, hotel, very fancy room. This is just counting total fanciness on the island. Sell something. This is sell 100 things. This is sell 200 things. I'm very slowly working our way up to them. Build an animal house was technically already done, but I built another one here because we need to breed pets. So to breed pets, there we go. Make them as happy as possible, so you have to max their happiness. This means feeding them and putting them in an animal house. And then once both of them are full, give them a more berry. And then make lots of different food. I'm at 22 out of 30. I have not tried combining foods, and I'm not sure I'm going to worry about that too much for now. Find more residents. This actually counts the residents from Green Gardens, too. So I had hit this way earlier, but I still went out and got like another dancer and 2 more miners. Making the naughty nightlights is actually a little bit tricky, because for that you need rubies. Kitty, what you doing? That kitty brought me a rock. Good kitty. Good kitty. Good kitty. What was I coming in here for? The naughty nightlights. So yeah, they're going to be in there doing their job for a little while. So the naughty nightlights are a little bit rough because you don't even have the recipe for them until you get a ruby, which is required. Oh, they're going to be in light sources. What am I thinking? But that unlocks the naughty nightlight. Brought me some wood. So the naughty nightlight, it takes 5 rupees to make one, so I had to go get 50 rubies. You get these on the Explorer Shores. They're a pain in the butt to get. It's the one with all the real high little peaks with ore in all the peaks. You're looking for a real black one that also has zenithium in it. It's kind of rare, but there'll always be 1 or 2 per peak. Anyway, so that's mostly what I've done here. But I'm not done yet. Because I built a house, and building this house taught me that designing is a thing, is a skill, and it's one that I don't especially have. Because I had big ideas for what I want this house to be like, and I did what I could, and it's not nearly what I wanted it to be, but I don't know what I would do differently to make it what I want it to be. So, you know, designing. But the idea, though, was I wanted a mostly open concept, a lot of glass, grass, and water. Got a bunch of gold, so I had that going. But this has all the tools in it that we would need for any reasonable thing. What's funny is the lights in the forge and in the cook fire here go out when they're underwater. You can still cook in them, though, so there's that. But yeah, that's mostly everything over here. And then upstairs, I have the couple odd other things. Like I have the dyeing cauldron, I think this is the dye extractor, so you can actually make dyes. I have no idea what these paint buckets do. You make them from dyes. It's consumable. This is change the color of wooden and cloth objects. But can't you already? I don't know. I haven't actually made one, so I haven't tried. And then this one is funky because it lets you make weird shaped things the exact shape you want them to be. Like, say, the roofing. The roofing will automatically adjust to nearby roofing to make the pattern going around a house, say. But if you wanted very specifically a corner, you can just craft a corner here. So that's neat. You can also change and sleep and... I don't know. Have stuff. So I wanted to look over here at this, because this actually shows I have the Great Saber Cub in my party. You can add someone to your party. They are 100%! That's probably why they brought me stuff. But if you select one, you can click on them and you can add them to your party, and then they'll just follow you around forever. And that's super cool. Alright, Saber Cub, you can go back to your living your good life. So away he goes. I think that's actually about it. Never mind, it's not. So the two cats are at 100%. So I should go feed them before night falls, so hopefully we get a new cat in the morning. The chickens have already given birth. They don't count, though, because they're not real, like, pets or anything. So I need to give them more berries. I have plenty. I just need to find the cats. I don't know how exactly to feed them. Other than, like, finding the cats. They're... okay. The cats want to buy something? Or you just want to cause problems? I think they just want to cause problems. They're just being cats. It's what they do. Oh, never mind. They want to eat. Okay. I think I have to finish eating. Because I saw the... yes, give to cat. Give to cat. I'm also going to give one to you. Okay, they've both been fed more berries. Now give me some beads. Okay, so, the last thing I was doing is we need a new cap on this pyramid. And I'm doing that right now. Because I made this. There we go, that looks about right. Lay that crap out. What do you mean I can't place it there? Up yours. There! We did it. Now, the reason for this mess... I made a blueprint, because I want everyone else to make this. What is the blueprint, you might ask? It's a dancer bunny girl. From Dragon Quest III. I had to go find a sprite for it, but it's the bunny girl from Dragon Quest III. It took a little bit of updating and altering and tweaking, but I had to, like, update it to actually be a 3D model and to not have an outline and to work in 3 dimensions. But here we are. And making one of these means I actually had to physically build this thing myself and then use the pencil tool to turn it into a blueprint. Which I did, and now we can have everybody else do it. So, what I'm gonna do now is, I have a chest somewhere. Because I always have chests. I don't know why I have so many chests, but I do. And then for this chest, we need you. You, and you. And I think that's everything. So I'm just going to plop all of you right on in there. And I'm gonna let everybody else get to work. They can rebuild this stupid thing for me. I could have sworn I made this blueprint square. I wonder why it doesn't go back. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, okay, well, that was my fault, but, you know, whatever. Anyway, they'll come up here and get to work. It's just getting late and they want to sleep. But they can't sleep! And that's what I'm doing today. Now that I've spent like half an hour just telling you all the crap that I've done so far. Because looking around inside this place, we're missing out on a lot of stuff. These guys need something to do. They're bored out of their minds. So they need a pub. They need a pub. They need other things. Because we also have to make a hotel. So we can make a hotel. There's also something else. Because over here, I also unlocked everything that I can unlock. Because most of these you could unlock with the hearts. I unlocked everything that I could. It only cost like 2,000 hearts, and I've already made those 2,000 hearts back. There are, however, still a couple things that are still locked. So you can see here, sell items. I sell one more item, and these will all unlock. Build different types of rooms. We're working on that eventually. We'll get that one. Raise total fanciness of the island. These aren't necessarily tablet targets, but they may, like, relate to one. Yeah, raise total fanciness of the island. Plant different types of flowers. I don't even know where to begin on that one. Build pools of paradise. What might that be, you ask? And then finally, photograph fireworks, which neither of these is something we can do, so I'm going to take a wager that these are both things that we unlock later. I actually know for a fact. So we have other things we can do, like make a pools of paradise. So we can make a pools of paradise, we can make a pub, and we have to make a hotel. So let's take a look at where we want things. They need a place to sleep. They need a place to get drunk. I'm debating where I want things. We could maybe put, like, the pool over here. I was going to put the... Are those the same distance? Maybe I'll put the pub right here, right in the middle of everything, and then maybe put the hotel kind of going in back. Or I could put the hotel over here next to the pool. Anyway, we should get to work on that. So, I forget how to make a hotel. Look at this little beeb! Oh, I don't know what I want to name the little beeb. Oh. I'm gonna name you Max. Look at that little beeb. With his big old head. Alright, so I didn't know what else to make, so I'm going to start by making the pools of paradise. So I think I can get away with... 4 of these on either side. Maybe? Or maybe just 2. I'm thinking just 2. You know what? I think it's going to work better if I have these facing inwards. That makes more sense. Is that where I put the other one? Yes. So making the pools of paradise is actually fairly easy, just unobvious, I guess I should say. So that requires at least 1 deck chair. It requires, if I can find it, at least 1 sunbrella. Of course, I'm going to put 1 under each. That bothers me. Better. And it requires... I should probably get make a table or something to put these on. For you will work. Do I already have these? I already have... No. I have 1 already. Okay, so they're there. And it requires... I don't know where to go to find what I'm looking for. You. The cacktails. So I need prickly pops. Okay. So I do not remember how to make prickly pops. I know it's something in here. It's either going to be the cactus, which I should have plenty of. I have 5. I'm pretty sure it's just the cactus. But here's another fun thing you can do. None of the buttons that I'm looking for. You can head into your Builderpedia and look for recipes. And this should show how to make pretty much everything. It should even show food, which is specifically what I'm looking for. Prickly pop. A prickly peach. I don't know if I have any of them. Go away. I don't think I have any of them. I do believe our pyramid is complete. Heck yeah! Look at how great this pyramid is. There's still a bunch of stuff in here. Are they gonna, like, give me my crap back? Or have they already? They've probably only taken what they needed. So, otherwise, a quick trip to the Explorer's Shores got me what I needed otherwise. I also want more cats. So that's gotten me what I need otherwise, so let's go ahead and real quick make some food. It's in here. Somewhere. There it is. I mean, I wanted to hit the run button, but whatever, I'll take it. Because it's got to be a simple sipper set, effectively. Or not a simple sipper set, but it's got to be the chair and the thing. Now, we're not done yet, though. Y'all think you're actually getting food here? Because we need a pool. Do I want to go 1 in or 2 in? Is that good for a pool? Or do we want a bigger pool? That'll be good enough for now, and I'll maybe expand it in a minute. Because what we need is this thing to be... Do I just have any ladder on me? Because you just need ladder. I do, I have 7 ladder. Okay, yeah, we're making this one. So we need a ladder, which I'm going to put there, and I'm going to put there. And then we got to fill this with water. And it's a pool. Which becomes the Pool of Paradise. Which unlocks the scandalous swimsuit. So you have to make a pool, which is 10 blocks of water and a ladder. And then you need not only the 10 blocks of water and a ladder, but you also need the chair, umbrella, and cactail. This is a little more elaborate than it needed to be, but it got the job done. And now residents will come here and swim. And that, of course, unlocked the recipe for the scandalous swimsuit. Which, of course, we can put on. Alright, I think our business here is done. Oh, because I sold 50 items, or whatever. I learned how to make the shelf. Because I just sold an item. So, alright. Still got plenty of items over there to sell. But until next time, everyone, we're geared up for summer. And these guys still need a place to sleep and eat. So we'll work on that.